Welcome to Crotoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And I don't feel like hobbying.
I was just attacked by a moth.
A moth.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you... Oh, there is a moth in the house. What dastardly state is this?
It's moth time.
Anyway, today's episode brought to you by High Voltage Wear, now featured on Go Imagine, link in the description below. Check out High Voltage Wear for jewelry type stuff. You talk about it. It's your thing. This is Bree's thing. She makes jewelry. It's actually really cool, but I don't know jewelry.
It's all jewelry made out of upcycled and recycled hardware and electronics and other bits and bobs I find. But come check us out on Go Imagine because they give all of their profits to children's charities. So goimagine.com for anything.
Link in the description below.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our hobby slump video.
Because Chris was slumpy.
April has not been good to me. Personally, it hasn't been bad.
Yeah, we've got
things
we're planning and stuff.
I had grand schemes for
hobby
for the month of April.
Yeah.
I had grand schemes for the channel.
Yeah.
And some things happened at the start of April that took about 8 to 10 days to resolve. And it really threw everything out of the wrench. And I have not mentally been in a great place in this month because everything got so shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having a real hard time working on videos this month. It's starting to come back a little bit. I've got a Ranger on the painting station. The video is partially completed. I just wrapped up the filming of Ultron for our Marvel Crisis Protocol series.
Yeah.
But by and large, I've been a little slumpy. So I wanted to talk for just a couple minutes about what you can do when you get into your hobby slumps. I mean, this video has been done by 1,000 other people before. But things that I do when I get into a hobby slump, and one of them is what we got going on in the background right now.
But never with awesome banter like we have.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
See, needs the banter.
And moth. There is only moth.
There is moth. There is no moth. There's only moth.
So one of the things I like to do when I am hobby slumped is build something.
Yep.
I hate building.
Things to build.
I have plenty of things to build. I hate building. I like building models, but I hate building models because the cleaning them phase is so tedious.
It's so stupid. I hate it.
It's so tedious. And what's funny is, as I get older and older as a gamer, I'm like, do I really need to clean that mold line? Do I really care that much?
Which is so funny because when he and I first got together, if there was a mold line on a model,
I'd repaint the mini.
He strip it down, repaint the mini, clean the mini again, start from scratch. It was just not happening.
So I'm not saying you shouldn't clean your mold lines. I'm just saying as I get older and older and realize that I no longer care about entering my armies into painting tournaments, do I care anymore? Not as much as I used to, especially when you're 3 feet away. So anyway, I'm building some crap. I had some sprues in a box with some Dark Angel Space Marines from the the Dark Vengeance set. I've got these old Warhammer Fantasy skeletons.
Some sprues?
Kind of, yeah. I got a bunch. I got like 3 sets of the Dark Vengeance. Most of them on some kind of deep discount over time.
I still have 4
more
boxes.
That's not all Dark Vengeance. There's plenty of other things. So one of the things I like to do, this video is not that long of a video, Brie. We're talking about hobby slumps. So one of the things I like to do when I'm a hobby slump is I build something.
Mm-hmm.
Or I completely stop the projects I'm working on and I pick up something else for a little bit.
Right. Because maybe that's what's causing you to be slumpy.
Yeah, it's time for me to, take a break and paint something for myself. So I've actually been painting some Batman miniatures lately. I haven't been working as much on the Age of the Grid rules as I have been because, again, the hobby slump kind of kicked over and I open up the file and I just kind of look at it and I go, I'm going to go play Octopath Traveler.
I mean, that's a good reason to do anything.
So what about you? What are some things you do when you get into a hobby slump because you haven't painted a miniature in like 19 years?
I have not really been active in painting my miniatures. Well, as you know, I took a 2-year break to get a degree.
You weren't painting miniatures before?
No, but it's...
You've played more games in the last month than you have in like 2 years.
That's true. That is true. I have. And one of the things that tends to get me out of it is actually doing another hobby. If I go...
So how long you do the other hobby before you paint a mini?
Well, yeah.
Because it's been like 6 years.
Yeah, I started a business. I turned one of them into a business, so that kind of became...
I guess.
Oh, you're so mean. But yeah, I tend to want to go...
I guess that's an excuse not to hobby.
Or I do the worst thing ever, and I buy something new. If I buy a new paint, like a completely new paint, like a paint I do not have in any other way, that actually tends to make me want to paint. Because then I want to use the shiny new pretty paint that I have.
Okay.
It's one of those things. It's like I do something like when I'm having a hard time getting through jewelry or knitting. If I pick up a little something new to add to that hobby, it tends to draw me back in.
Okay.
So $5. Give yourself like a $5 budget. Go buy yourself something weird, like a new paintbrush.
So Bree is advocating retail therapy.
Yes, I
to
am.
revitalize your hobby.
Yeah. Take yourself out. Have a special little lunch just for you. Get some wings. That's your thing.
Some wings, some wings.
Are you building a nacelle right now?
I'm building an enterprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where the saucer section is. This sprue was just in that box, so I just started building it. I just started building everything that was in this box.
I'm into it.
There's no real purpose behind it.
No.
So, or alternatively, just take a break. Sometimes you need to put your minis away while the dog chokes in the corner.
Yep.
Put your minis away and do something else for yourself. The point is, this is a hobby,
and it should make you feel better.
This should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm starting to feel a little better. We can get back on track with our normal scheduled videos. We've got some fun stuff coming up. We have more battle reports. We've got a fun. We've got a fun randomizer coming up for the world.
For the battle reports, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, remind yourself it's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to make you feel better.
Like we said before, if anybody's going to be in Orlando for MegaCon at the end of May, we're going to be there. Shout us out. And we'll shout us out. Reach out. We'll see you at MegaCon. We're going to be in Gen Con in August in Indianapolis. We'd love to meet anybody who happens to be going there, though I doubt anybody cares that much about us. But all in all,
likable people, though.
That's a good way to revitalize your hobby as well. Anyway, like and subscribe for more content. We'll see you with some real videos in the future.
All right, bye. Making models. Chris is making models. Look at him go.